back to the line now. Play action. It's gone. It's complete to Britt. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the hard count gets them there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit them with a hard count, got them to jump.
On the toss, it's Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Another carry now for Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here's Cunningham. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw, gone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Hurry up, here we go. Over.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Got a man open. It's Brian Quick. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. The play clock's running down. And now with the play clock becoming a factor, Jeff Fisher's going to use a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Detroit! No, check. Patriot! Hurry up, here we go!
And here we go on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. Offense working with Ace. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And now with the play clock becoming a factor, Jeff Fisher's going to use a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Set! Green! Over!
Goff looking to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And on 2nd and 10 now, so the D-line's going to spread out. He's back to throw, and he comes back with 1 complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 72 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Well, Charles, there's a couple of things at play here. I don't understand why you don't just kick the PAT to tie it this late in the 4th. If you are going to go for it, though, why the fake kick from the 15?
No explanation that I have will make any type of sense. You're exactly right. Kick the extra point, have a tie game, and see what happens down the stretch. But if you're going to go for it, as you said, I want my offense out there, and I like my chances from the 2-yard line, not faking it from the 15.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And he's going to fight it. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down following the run.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Now let's go! Green, 39!
Again they run with Gurley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And play. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Gun!
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56!
Goff. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're only in need of a field goal. A decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And now following that play, we've got a man down defensively, one of the members of the secondary. And we'll just hope he's all right to continue.
No, check! Patriot!
They come up in an offset eye.
Gun! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56!
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56! Back 99 Philly, here we go! No, check, Patriot!
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go!
Throwing now, Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Check, Patriot!
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA.